Well, greetings and salutations, one and all, to another fun-filled episode of the Super Review Show's Mixed Bag, coming to you live once again from many caves. As always, I am joined by two of the best panelists out there in the world, Bill and Justin. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What's happening?
Wait a minute. J-Man, it's Tuesday.
Yes, it is. We're recording this on Tuesday because the J-Man's busy again on Wednesday night this week. Wah, wah. He's busy. As always, if you follow us on our social media platforms, you'll see what we've been doing. Just saying. No, but I have what's called a concert tomorrow night, Wednesday night. In the US, I'm seeing Journey and Def Leppard. Bill is a little jealous. Just a little bit. Anyways, no, I digress though. But we wanted to do a show tonight. We have a really good topic for you tonight as well, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got, Bill?
There are those theories in films that may be true or may be false. Those are what they call conspiracy theories. So tonight we are talking about conspiracy theories in films. You know what that calls for?
Oh Lord,
Yeah,
you actually got it.
You
the
got the
tinfoil hat is on.
Bill is wearing a tinfoil hat for those of you who listen to us on podcast format.
Hey, Justin, you're just jealous because you don't have a tinfoil hat.
Tin Man.
So does that mean you're going to believe in all of these conspiracy theories that we're going to lay out to these people?
I don't know. What, you just asked the almighty hat?
Oh boy, here we go, guys. We're already getting crazy.
JT, should I?
Should
I
you
indulge
what?
him?
Yes, Justin, do it.
Should you what?
Pat, is Bill going to believe in all of the conspiracy theories that we lay out tonight?
Hold on.
Will he though? That's a better question.
Okay, I'll tell him. The hat said depends on how strong the evidence is.
This is crazy.
Oh, you're just jealous because you don't have a tinfoil hat. I do.
Oh my god. Sorry to all of our listeners already. Just saying.
No, for
Well,
those of you who are just listening and not watching, I actually have a tinfoil hat on right now.
he actually really does. If you watch us live on YouTube on Wednesday nights, you really should check us out on all platforms on Apple and Spotify. No, but seriously though, he actually really does have a tinfoil hat on right now. We're not even kidding.
Hey, I have a tinfoil hat and I have a bag of shame too.
Welcome to the chat board, Bernadette Shards. Thanks for tuning in as always. Yes. No, but anyways, what film conspiracy do we want to start with? Shall we?
All right. Justin, would you like to begin?
What do you got, Justin?
Sure. So I'm going to go with one of my favorite ones that I've discovered when researching this topic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to go with the animated birds from Citizen Kane. So, how many of you have actually seen Citizen Kane?
I
I
saw
have.
it once when I was in high school.
I've seen it a few times, not a lot. Let's get to the Zoom here. There we go.
Oh, okay. So, do you guys remember the beach scene?
Yes, I remember it. Yes.
Very vaguely.
Do you remember the birds in the background?
Yes. As you can see here,
No, I
if you
don't.
watch us live, right here, Bill.
So JT,
Yes.
did you notice something weird about said birds?
They look fake.
Oh, they look more than fake. They look straight up like they came out of a Disney cartoon.
Yeah, like Dumbo. You know, they look like the crows from Dumbo. A little bit.
Well, what if I told you that for that scene, they actually took footage from the movie Son of Kong and inserted it as the background,
Really?
thus giving the birds, but they weren't actually birds. They were pterodactyls.
Really?
That is the theory.
Interesting. Okay.
Do you believe that to be viable?
If it was pterodactyls,
Yes. Do
I
you
mean,
do you think that's what happened?
when was it filmed? 1941?
41.
I don't know if
Son
I
of Kong,
believe that.
30s.
Where was it filmed again? What was the location again?
Um, the scene for Citizen Kane was a beach.
No, but what did they film it like in like the Keys or like Hawaii or where they
Oh,
filmed?
I have no idea where they filmed that scene.
Okay, I was about to say because that could be that could lead a lot of stuff right there too. So
Well, people have looked into this theory and found that there are no similarities between the footage of Son of Kong and that scene.
okay,
So a lot of people think that's debunked. But
okay,
who's to
I'm
say
going to
it's not?
agree. Like it
But
doesn't.
I'm going to add a little fuel to this theory. Who's to say it's not lost footage? Footage that ended up on the
Ooh.
cutting room floor.
Justin raises a good point.
That is a very good point.
Way to go, Tin Man. I'm gonna call you that from now on for the rest of the show.
Mm.
So, looking at what those birds look like, could they be pterodactyls?
Possibly, possibly. I want to say maybe.
Bill, what do you think? Do you think that Orson Welles would put pterodactyls in the greatest movie ever made?
Can you can we see? Can I JT? Can you
Yes.
put the image up?
Sorry about that. Yes. Sorry. For those you watch
Well,
us
can we
live,
make it
good
a
for you.
slight bigger, please?
Yes, Bill. 1 second. So it's right here. So I'm making it a little bigger. Sorry to everyone watching. I'm just trying to make sure we get a little bigger. Can you see that right there, Bill? It's this right here.
They sort of look like pterodactyls, but
Well, that's from Son of Kong, not
okay.
from Citizen Kane. Um, so I watched the scene before um for prep for this episode, and I'll be honest, they do kind of just look like animated birds. But it is fun to think about, I think.
I agree.
It
That
is.
William Foster Kane was so rich that he had pterodactyls at his party.
That is kind of fun to think about.
Very.
And yet he couldn't buy happiness. He couldn't buy that childhood happiness that he lost.
Which was, of
Rose.
course,
Rosebud.
Rosebud.
you want to know something, and I don't know if this should make me feel smart.
What's that?
I kind of knew what Rosebud was like 5 minutes into the film.
You knew what it was 5 minutes into the film?
Like, here's what I thought.
What do you got?
Like, remember the scene when they show him as a kid and the old rich guy is picking him up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they show the sled. And then they show the sled. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like sitting there thinking, yeah, that's Rosebud. That's Rosebud.
Hmm.
And also in Family Guy, remember, I had to take out those movies because they banned Peter from the video store because he kept recording over those, because they kept recording over the movies. And then it shows up Rosebud. And he goes, it was his sled when he was a kid. There, you should be thanking me. I saved you 2 hours of boobless boredom.
Oh my God.
You remember that, don't you, Justin?
Yes.
But no, but maybe this movie shows you a real thing. Money doesn't always buy happiness.
I mean,
Truth.
that was the big through line of the movie was you can be the richest man in the world. Doesn't mean shit if you're not happy.
Because I know people, who probably have everything they could ever want, but yet they're miserable as hell. And yet I know people who don't have a pot to piss in, and yet they're some of the happiest people you'll ever meet.
Hmm.
So maybe, yeah, but I don't know. They may just be birds. They may just be birds. What do you think?
I mean, if they use footage from Son of Kong, those are pterodactyls. But that's the thing. We'll never know if it was lost footage or just some some background they just put behind all the scenery. Um but yeah, that's all I really have for Citizen Kane, so I guess I yield to the next one.
Okay. JT, you want to
Uh,
go next or you want me to go next?
Bill, do you mind going next? Is that okay with you?
That is totally fine. Okay, we're
All
good.
right.
We're gonna kick off mine with a okay, since JT affectionately called me the Tin Man, I think we have to go with we're off to see the wizard, the
Oh Lord.
wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Conveniently, because you're the Tin Man right now, but go on.
If I only had a heart. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, you all know the song.
We do.
And do you guys really want to hear me sing it? Um,
No, you're okay, but you're okay.
anyway. Okay, this one does contain dark subject matter.
And the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
Do
If
tell.
if you look when they're in the I think that it's after they meet the Cowardly Lion.
Mhm.
If they when they meet the Cowardly Lion and they're going off
Yeah.
and they're going off like they're in that forest and then when they're going, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Da, 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 da.
All right, Bill.
You get the point. But anyway, when you look very deep, close into the woods, when you look deeply close into the woods, you see something hanging. A lot of people have said that the theory was that a munchkin hung himself.
Ooh.
Wait, JT, you never heard of this theory?
I actually have not. So this is a new one.
Justin, Mr. Film Guy over here, never heard that conspiracy theory. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I've known about this conspiracy theory for years.
Sorry, guys. Wah, wah, wah.
JT, how could you not know this?
I haven't seen the movie in a couple years, but more than I think.
But if you look really closely, it looked like something's hanging,
Yeah.
and they said that it was that a munchkin hung himself. And
Hmm.
then, people started seeing that on like the VHS releases of it, and they think that a munchkin killed himself. But then they say that no, it was a bird.
Hmm.
Justin, what do you think? Hanging munchkin or a bird?
I mean, this has kind of been debunked um by the remastering and the improved coloring and all that. In eventually the picture became clearer and clearer. So now we can kind of see it was indeed a bird. Um wow, a lot of birds tonight.
Well, the bird
A
is
lot
the
of
word.
birds. Bird. Anyways, no one wants to go that far.
But anyway, they when they looked at it, they're like, well, even the stand-in for Judy Garland said in the 75th anniversary DVD release, who I don't know if she's still alive or not, but she said she was the only surviving cast or crew member of the film. And she
Mm.
said, yeah, there were a bunch of birds on set.
Hmm.
But you said with a lot of the remastering and the coloring that
Eventually, the picture became clear enough for us to actually see that it was indeed a bird.
so it was a
A bird
bird.
on set, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Good show.
So we can consider this conspiracy theory
Debunked.
Debunked.
All right, JT, you're next.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going back to my list. Everyone, bear with me one second. I made a list on my phone. I'm looking at it right now.
I'm just
Don't
going
go.
off the cuff.
Oh, you're going. So, what was one? Hold on a sec. Continue. 1 second. There was one. I don't remember. Okay, it was something about the movie JFK, but I don't remember what it was. Forgive me. 1 second. Hold on. It was like we touched. Bill and I briefly touched on this at one point. It was we talked about like a historically inaccurate films. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
2 years, maybe a year ago, 2 years
3
ago.
years ago.
Oh my God, you're right.
No, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Never mind.
2 years ago, 2022. Yep. So I forget exactly what Bill. I forget exactly what we talked about. But there's something about it was not about the JFK actual assassination, but it was something about the movie JFK. Well, I'm drawing a blank on it. Justin, do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
The magic bullet theory?
No, but it wasn't the. It was something with the. It was not the actual assassination. It was something to do with the movie itself. I forget what it was. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. No, because I mean the magic bullet. I mean, we could talk about conspiracy theories in real life, but let's be real. So I don't know. I'm just saying. I forget. It was. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm drawing a blank. It's something to do with the JFK, the movie JFK from 1990. Was it 2, 3, whatever it was? I forget what it was.
The Oliver Stone movie.
Yeah, the Oliver Stone, like the 3-hour epic film from like starring Kevin Costner. You know what I'm talking? I forgive me. I had it on the tip of my tongue because I had it, but I forgot what it was. Forgive me, guys. Anyways, you're gonna have to come back to me for a sec.
All right, Justin.
Go over to Justin for a sec.
Okay.
As I go back to my list, but go on. Go ahead.
So you guys know the movie Fargo, correct?
Yes.
So at the beginning of Fargo, there is a disclaimer saying that the following film is a true story. Names and dates have been changed to protect blah 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 blah. Spoiler alert, none of it happened. It's entirely made up. None of it happened. They were joking. But because they said that it was based on a true story, there were still people that believed that the events of Fargo was a true story.
Do tell.
There are people that believe that Steve Buscemi's character actually buried a bag full of hundreds somewhere in Fargo, Minnesota.
North Dakota. Oh, North Dakota,
North
right?
Dakota. North Dakota. Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
And actually there was this Japanese lady who allegedly went searching for this buried treasure in Fargo. And she froze to death.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Now, it was later revealed that she actually went there to delete herself.
Hmm.
But the theory was that she went looking for this buried treasure because she found a videotape of Fargo and became obsessed with it. In fact, there was a movie in 2014 that's loosely based on this. It was called Kihoko the Treasure Hunter or something like that.
I think I remember that, but go on.
And
Was it called Fargo? Was it?
it was like called Kihoko the Treasure Hunter.
Uh,
Hmm.
oh, okay. Kimoto the Treasure Hunter, 2014, right?
Thank you, Kumiko. That's that's the name
Sorry
of
about
the
that. Go on.
movie. And
I butchered that terribly. Sorry, guys.
yeah, this woman went to Fargo allegedly looking for this buried treasure and ended up freezing to death. All because this movie said based on a true story.
No, because it said based on a true story.
Yeah. So guys, what do you think about that?
That's pretty terrifying.
That is absolutely scary as hell.
I mean, that's like, hmm, that's just not, doesn't sound that appealing.
So guys, do you guys want to go treasure hunting in Fargo, North Dakota?
Nah, I'm
No,
good.
I'm okay. I take that back.
I'm gonna get wood chipped, aren't I?
You're gonna get wood chipped.
Oh, you betcha.
All right.
We're going to go back over to Bill. I'm working on my list. Don't worry. I'm trying to find it. Find it right here. But go on, Bill.
Okay, I got an interesting one for you, and this is about an animated film. This is a Disney one. This is Peter Pan. Are you ready for this one?
You ready, kids? What do you got?
There is a thing that there is a theory that Neverland is purgatory.
Huh.
You're scared. Are you scared or intrigued so far, Justin?
Go on.
And that Peter Pan is something that Blue Oyster Cult told us to not fear. Peter Pan is the Grim Reaper.
Whoa.
Have I ruined people's childhood yet?
Not yet, but go on.
Is sense that Peter Pan is the Grim Reaper or an angel of death that whisks the children away to Neverland where they'll never have to grow up. When you look at it this way, think about it this way. Peter killed Wendy and her siblings and ripped their souls off to purgatory.
Right.
And because they never grow up, they never age. And also, in a way, this is where things get even more interesting. Captain Hook is the good guy.
Okay.
That he escaped Peter's purgatory, grew up, and is now trying to stop him from killing more children.
Yikes. Okay.
So, But they're saying the theory kind of falls apart because at the end of the movie, Mr. and Mrs. Darling, when they see the pirate ship, Mr. Darling goes, "Oh, I remember that ship now, but is this real? Or or is Mr. Darling remembering a near-death experience?" What do you guys think?
I mean,
I mean,
What was that?
it's interesting.
sorry. Go ahead, Justin. Sorry.
It's interesting, but I don't believe it
Okay.
Okay, why don't you believe it?
because the sequel, Return to Neverland, has Hook taking the children to Neverland.
Okay.
Ooh, good point.
So, but you know what? Until that, it kind of makes sense. Think about it. A place where you never have to grow up.
Sounds nice.
A
Sorry.
place where you
Sounds
don't
like
have.
temptation.
Sounds like what?
Sounds like temptation.
I was like, what, Justin?
Really?
Temptation.
Really? How so?
Oh, how so?
I mean, a place where you never have to grow up. Be as hedonistic as you please. Um, I don't know. Maybe instead of purgatory, Neverland's actually hell, and Peter Pan
Is the devil.
is the devil, leading the children to sin.
Huh. That is interesting.
Very interesting.
Never thought of it that way.
I
So,
All
just
right.
reversed your theory.
yes, you did. But
He reversed it.
you know what? I think either or is plausible because look at it this way. You're in a place and and this is actually sad for for people, unfortunately. Children who died young, now they're in a place where they never grow up.
Yeah.
So you got to look at it that way. But when you look at, when you look at Return to Neverland, like Justin's saying, Wendy does grow up.
Yeah. True.
So
Peter Pan.
I think this theory is interesting, but I don't know. I don't know. Just JT, what do you think?
So here's my question.
And
I'll
here's
let
my answer.
Justin go first. We're going. Go
If
ahead, bud.
this theory is true, how did the darling children die?
That is a good question.
All three of them.
Oh my God.
That's a good question. I don't know. Well, that's just a theory.
That's why we're here.
A film theory.
A film theory.
JT, what do you think?
I don't know. It's a very intriguing scenario for sure. Do I believe it though? I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. Not gonna lie. So that's me. I'm ready to go if you guys are ready.
Okay, you know what? I'll be back in a minute, okay?
Bill, take your time. Justin and I got the show for now.
Okay.
That's one of the many services we do here at the Super Review Show is we make sure that we have if people want to come on and join us, they just can. It's just the truth. We're a full flex show here on Mixed Bag. What can I say? I'm gonna go with an obvious choice for my second, really like first pick, but like second pick. So this could be a long one, guys. Bill's not here right now, but this could be a long discussion. But I'm gonna keep it condensed for now, saying that all of the Pixar films are in one universe.
Ah,
Have you heard about this?
I have heard
Have you
about
heard
this.
about this, Justin?
I have heard about
Like,
this.
and logistically, and it all ties back to what with Andy and like it's all in one big timeline. There are some people who really really get into this. That all of the Pixar movies are secretly in the same universe. Now, is that the case? I don't think so. I mean, you have Monsters Incorporated, you have Cars, you have Brave, you have Finding Nemo. Do they all fit? Yes. But is it likely? No. Well, that's just me. Justin, what do you got for the Pixar theory?
So for this to have some credence, I think we would have needed to see like some Incredibles posters and toys and stuff like that in Toy Story. I
Okay.
think that would have made it a lot more credible. As is,
Okay.
like the bouncing ball on its own showing up in a bunch of movies, I don't think is enough for us. I think it's a fun theory. Like I remember hearing that Boo from Monsters Inc. is actually the witch from Brave. Um,
Mhm. Right.
I think I remember hearing that the something about Wally, how the apocalypse that caused everyone to leave Earth, and Wally may or may not have helped lead into the Cars universe.
Right. 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 Yep.
Um,
Here's Brucey.
it's some of it's plausible. Some I will say this though. Um, the bugs from Bugs Life did. Sorry.
Take your time. The bugs from a bug's life. What? Sorry, I'm stuttering already.
The bugs from Bugs Life did appear in like the mid credits bloopers from Toy Story 2.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who remember those. There's evidence, but it's not tied together in a way where I think we could make a definitive answer either way. Because
So
it's
it can
they're
go either
so
way, pretty much.
yeah, because they're so loosey goosey and there's separated in concepts greatly.
Yeah.
So theoretically, yeah, they could inhabit the same universe. Um, you would have to go through some stretches like the Cars universe, Wally, and all that. But the one movie that does not fit in the universe is Lightyear, mostly because
Correct.
um that's an in-universe movie.
That's like a
But
Buzz Lightyear spinoff, anyways.
yeah, but it was Pixar produced, so
Yeah.
Or you got to look at it this way. There is a theory in Pixar that, for instance, like in the Toy Story movies, that Jessie may have been that Andy's mom may have been Jesse's owner.
Hmm.
hmm.
Put on your thinking caps, everyone. We're going hardcore tonight.
What do you think about that, Justin?
That's a heartbreaking one. But if they did, I think they would have included a scene of the mother noticing the Jessie doll and there being like something. You know? I don't
Yeah.
know. My filmmaker brain keeps like being like, yeah, but the filmmaker would have included this if. But then again, studio notes, so maybe not. Maybe a writer out there is like, I always wanted that to be the case, but we couldn't because of time.
Right. Well, this is my pick for now was the Pixar theory that every Pixar movie is connected some way. So it can go either way, guys, ladies and gentlemen. It can go back and forth. It can go yes, it can go no. It all depends on where you are and what you think. I personally lean towards that they are not, but you can see why they are. It really can go back and forth, truthfully.
Yeah.
So, all right, that was my back over to is it Justin, right? Yeah, let's go to Justin. What do you got?
All right. Um, my next one is one we love to make jokes about. Um, our favorite Star Wars character ever, Jar Jar.
We saw Jar Jar Binks.
Who,
Producer, put your peepee in her. Anyways, go on.
let's face it, ruined the galaxy. He did. He gave
Far, far away.
he gave Chancellor Palpatine emergency powers. He destroyed the galaxy. It's all on him. All his fault. Blame this Gungan for everything. Stub your toe, blame Jar Jar. Flunked in math, blame Jar Jar.
Got fired.
Blame Jar Jar.
Got divorced.
Jar Jar.
Blame Jar Jar.
So are we going to blame him for everything?
Yep.
The Rise of
Congratulations.
Skywalker. Blame Jar
Your
Jar.
place has been taken.
I just ran out of toilet paper.
Blame Jar Jar.
The Rise of Skywalker. Blame Jar Jar.
Yes.
I knew that was coming.
Justin rambling on
that
about
was coming.
Star Wars too much.
Well, blame Jar Jar.
Wait, damn it, that makes sense.
You're welcome.
My alarm clock
right,
didn't
so
go
anyway-
off this morning.
Anyways,
I blame Jar Jar. Go on.
anyways, what if I were to say that all this hatred for this stupid character was on purpose?
Hmm.
Dun 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 dun.
What if I were to say that the original plan for Jar Jar was for him to be force sensitive and is actually a Dark Lord himself.
Ooh.
Darth Jar.
We are nerding out tonight, ladies and gents.
And there is some credibility to this theory.
Go on.
So, before the Phantom Menace came out, Jar Jar was supposed to have a much bigger role in the franchise. I think George Lucas actually said Jar Jar is the key.
Oh no.
And now I'm doing my George Lucas impression.
Jar Jar's the key.
Jar Jar is the key. So apparently he was going to have a much bigger role in Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith. But then Phantom Menace came out and everyone hated Jar Jar. Just hated it. I mean, look at that mug. Just look at it. Ugh. Anyways, after the bad reaction to Jar Jar, Lucas trimmed down his role in the next two movies. But he did include the part where Jar Jar gave Palpatine emergency powers. And according to Ahmed Best, the voice actor who portrayed Jar Jar, he did film a scene with Palpatine where it was supposed to be revealed that Jar Jar was his secret confidant. And that he knew that Palpatine was a Sith. Now, that scene never got released, not even as a deleted scene. But if that scene does indeed exist, that would prove that Jar Jar was intended to be a Sith Lord. Bum,
Insane.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
John Williams, don't sue us. Kidding. We're good. No, but in all serious, that's a crazy theory about the Jar Jar was actually like going to be a Sith Lord.
That is insane,
Oh
bro.
my God.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of can't unsee that now. That's kind of scary, dude. How dare
And
you?
and Robot Chicken actually made a joke about this in their third Star Wars special. Basically, do either of you watch Robot Chicken?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God.
Negative.
So there's a scene where after Vader throws Palpatine down the off the ledge, Palpatine's falling and falling and falling, and he decides he's going to start making amends in his life. And he calls Jar Jar and says, "I'm sorry for manipulating you. It's all my fault, and I apologize." And Jar Jar's like, "Okay, yes, you manipulate me. Of course, Pop." And then he hangs up, starts laughing evilly, and puts on a dark hood and Dark Jar Jar.
Wow, Darth Jar Jar. Darth Jar Jar. That's something, isn't it?
So yeah, did I make the prequels better for you guys now?
Slightly.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. You just broke logic in Star Wars, man.
We're
All
in the
right.
Disney era. Logic doesn't exist anymore.
Nothing
Oh my God.
exists. None of us exist.
We're off the never land. Do. Anyways, Peter Pan, don't sue us. And Metallica, don't sue us. Anything else for Jar Jar Binks, bud?
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all she wrote.
What do you guys think? Is this plausible?
Could be.
Do we think that Jar Jar was faking being stupid this whole time and is actually the most manipulative Sith Lord the galaxy has ever seen?
More than Darth Bane in the Old Republic, or even Darth Plagueis. Ooh, I'm just kidding. That's a theory for another time. Justin, you know what I'm
And
talking about.
if Jar Jar was a Sith Lord, is his Sith name really Darth Jar Jar?
Hmm.
No, it would be Darth Binks. Darth Binks. Calling it right now.
Darth Banks. Okay.
Binks.
Are you ready for my next theory?
Anyways.
Or Bill?
Yes, Bill, lay it on me.
Okay, we are combining a holiday classic with a slasher film. Guys, what would you say if I told you there is a theory out there that Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. What? What's so funny?
I know this theory.
Is
Go on. Sorry, go on.
is
Home Alone?
actually Jigsaw from the Saw movies.
Bro, logic broken right there.
That
Same character and everything.
well, here's the thing. Isn't it terrifying to know that Jigsaw might be Kevin? Even though in the movie Jigsaw's real name is John Kramer. And for those of you who haven't seen the Saw movies, I know there's someone out there. Catherine, I see you. I know you probably know what I'm talking about. Am I going to
He
get smacked
called
for
you
that one,
out on
Justin, or
live
no?
YouTube.
With a book.
Hey,
But-
no fights.
Okay. Damn it. You know what? I have to do it without the hat. Anyway, the hat had a good run, folks.
Rest in peace, the hat.
But anyway, for those of you who haven't seen the Saw movies, Jigsaw is John Kramer, who has been diagnosed with a terminal illness. And you know what? Once you think about it, it's kind of weird. It's the reactive. Okay, yeah, what he does is absolutely terrible, but the meaning behind that, it's actually not a terrible. It's trying to get people to, appreciate life. And also, there's a story that he had a kid, but he died or something. So, what is the theory here? It shows that Kevin McAllister does booby traps, and so does Jigsaw. And Jigsaw plans typically revolves around trapping his victims in a location filled with games and puzzles they must solve to stay alive. But let's see, how did he become it? Well, when Kevin was a normal kid, he liked to have booby traps where the burglars come in, You get what I'm saying?
Oh, come on, Bill. He only did it twice.
He harms them,
Only did it twice.
and while Jigsaw is meant to give his victims a new outlook on life, but it isn't too difficult to believe that Kevin could snap after hearing news that could revert him back to his childlike ways. Yes, I'm reading this off screen, man, but think about this. If it's sort of like the Peter Pan theory we just talked about. Never growing up. But in this case, Kevin is grown up, but reverts to childlike ways. And they design, and listen, Jigsaw and Kevin both designed similar traps that could be similar from Kevin's childhood. One similarity is Kevin being scared of the furnace in the basement and imagine it coming to life. And if anyone has Saw 2, Jigsaw burned someone alive in a furnace. Think about that.
Hmm.
This is getting weird, bud.
But isn't that the whole point of this?
Yes.
There are some personality similarities between Kevin and Jigsaw. Whether or not the logic behind them is the person with the same tracks. Look at it this way. Kevin in 1992 in New York and his experience in the East Coast, did he maybe move out to Pennsylvania when he got older and change his name to John Kramer? And and the rest of his and and they have identical looks too, with blue eyes, blonde hair, and a similar jawline. But there is a bit of a hole here.
The dates.
Exactly. In the movies, in the Home Alone movies, Kevin's like what, 12?
Yeah.
John Kramer is like
His 60s.
but the events of the Saw films don't happen in conjunction with the theatrical releases.
Yeah, but
So it could be years later after the events of Home Alone.
except the Saw films were limited by the technology that was around at the time. So the first Saw movie, everyone was still using flip phones, and by that element alone, it already dates the movie. Just looking at things that you would not notice in any other movie, and you would know, oh, this takes place in the mid 2000s.
Well, so you don't think this? Well, the creator of Saw said that he supports this theory. So is Kevin McAllister? Did he change his name to John Kramer?
Um,
Isn't Kevin McAllister? Is Kevin McAllister Jigsaw?
honestly, the only thing that's holding it back is the dates. That's really the only thing.
Well, here's another thing. In the movies, we don't really know much about John Kramer's childhood.
Hmm.
So, do you think this theory is at least plausible?
I think it has some elements of plausibility. It's just the way that the movies are made, it's the only way this could be possible is if for some odd reason they in the Saw movies are in some area that still uses retro phones and retro cars and say things that 2000s kids would say.
Flip phone.
Otherwise, yeah, like it's kind of uncanny how similar they are.
Look at them.
Very, very crazy. Yeah, actually, I never knew about this one until you said it. So, um,
Look at them.
they look
My
very
God.
similar too, which is even funnier. And for those you, if those you who have never like Googled it, just Google Home Alone Saw theory, and you'll see what we're talking about. Anything else, bud, or do you want? Or is it my turn?
Your turn.
Your turn.
All right, I'm making this my. This is the last one I came up with. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about this one or not. I'm curious to see what you have to say about it.
Okay.
But it's based on one of my favorite 80s movies.
All right.
And is Ferris Bueller a figment of Cameron's imagination the entire
Oh.
time?
Oh, I never
Justin
heard
knows where I'm
this
going with
one.
this. So so basically the premise is that Cameron is the reject. Well, Ferris is the hip, cool kid in school. Ferris is the one who gets everything he wants. He's got the girl. But really, there's a fan theory that Ferris is actually just a figment, a stigment of Cameron's imagination of what he wants to be in life. Because Cameron wants the girl, Cameron wants to have a great time, and all that other stuff too. So that being said, this is a fan. I was doing a little bit of research and I saw this. I was like, that's a very interesting one. I mean, do I think it's very plausible? Like highly? No. But is it there? I think it's there. What do you guys think?
Hmm. I don't think so. Justin, what do you think?
See, if that was the case, the movie would
Yeah.
focus on Cameron as the main character, not Ferris.
Well, it did focus on him for a little bit, a good chunk of the movie, though, especially like when they're talking in the middle of Chicago. No, like when Cameron is talking to Sloane and Ferris is on the float. Remember that?
Yeah, but
Sorry about that.
hmm,
I don't know. I saw this online and I was like,
But here's the
I
thing.
gotta
A
bring this
lot of the
up
movie is being told from
from
Ferris's
Ferris's
point of
perspective.
view, he
exactly.
constantly talking to the audience as if the fourth wall's not even there.
Because you got to look at it this way. If it was coming from Cameron's point of view, it'd be coming from Cameron. If
Yeah.
he was a figment of Cameron's imagination, it'd be coming from Cameron.
I wasn't sure. I saw this one online. I was like, I want to bring it up. It's one of my favorite 80s movies too. I just wasn't sure what the deal was with it.
If anything, I just think it's just one giant teenage fantasy.
I feel like it is. I definitely I side with you on that because it's like it's one of those things where it's like I feel like every teenager wants to be Ferris. If you're in high school and you do what he did, I feel like
Yes.
everyone will want to do that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just me. I saw it online. I was like, God, I want to bring this one up. So even though he's talking about it like for the fourth wall perspective, it's like the whole movie. Then Cameron, it's inside Cameron's mind. That's what it says here on the notes. And Sloane is the girl that he has a crush on, while Ferris is an idolized version of himself who's not afraid to talk to her.
Yeah, but still, the film
That's
is coming from Ferris's point of view. So if this was Cameron's imagination, it'd be coming from Cameron's point of view.
okay.
So that's my thought. Justin, agree, disagree?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Bill on this one.
Ooh, you agree
Okay.
with
No,
me.
no, I wasn't sure. I wanted to share that with you guys because I thought that'd be like, I just thought that was crazy. I saw that online and I was like, what? So,
Okay,
so yeah, that's kind of
so
where I'm at.
all right, that's your
But
last.
that's all I had. I had just those two or three I had. I guess this is a difficult one for me, but I can with those couple. So,
Justin, we could do one or two more each. What do you want to do?
Let's do like one more each.
Okay, because I had two, but
one
let's
more
do
each.
one
Okay, let's
more
do it. So, Justin,
each.
what do you got?
You go first.
All right.
Sure.
Give me one sec.
We'll give you two.
Okay.
Uno, dos, tres,
So this
catorce.
is more of a movie industry conspiracy theory,
Okay.
if you will indulge me.
All right.
The year is 1992.
All right.
My cousin Vinny has wowed fans and critics alike. And the Academy Award nominees are in, and Marissa Tomei is nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
All right.
But she's up against very stiff competition. She has to give me a sec. She has to go up against where is it? Where is it? Okay, here it is. Judy Davis, Joan Plowright, Vanessa Redgrave, and Miranda Richardson. All of them pretty much acting heavyweights.
All right.
And she wins. Marissa Tomei, a no-name at the time. Her biggest claim to fame at that point, I think, was, what was that movie called? Less Than Zero?
Yes.
Just won an Academy Award. And no one could believe it. It couldn't have been true. So there's a theory that the presenter, Jack Palance, read the wrong name from the card. Now, the 2016 Academy Awards showed us how possible that actually is. Now, there's only one name in the envelope. So there's a couple of theories floating out there. One is Palance was frustrated that he couldn't read the name on the card, so he just called out Tomei's name because it was the last name on the teleprompter.
Okay.
Or someone gave him the wrong card.
Interesting.
There's another theory that states that Redgrave was supposed to win, but Jack Palance did not agree with Redgrave's politics, so he said Marissa Tomei's name instead.
Ah.
So, what do you guys think?
I don't know. What do you think?
It sounds very interesting, but then again, the Academy, they only have one name in the letter for the Oscars. You know what I mean?
Right. But what do you think of the theories that explain that? That he just got frustrated because he couldn't read the name on the card.
Right.
Well, do you think the Academy would have came out and said, "Hey, this is who actually won"?
Oh, absolutely. They would have had to. In
Yeah.
fact, the more reasonable explanation is probably this. The Academy was probably in this mini trend of giving supporting actresses wins to less established actresses in the mainstream audience pleasing films. I mean, Whoopi Goldberg won for Ghost. Mercedes Rule in Fisher King.
Fair point. Fair point.
So I think this I don't know if this has any legs to it.
It really doesn't. It's just a fun story and fun to see what lengths people are willing to stretch it to justify it.
Right.
Hmm. So you got anything else on that, or are you good?
I am good.
All
Well,
right, Bill. Last one, buddy. What do you got?
I actually got two.
Oh, he's got two.
Okay, I did have three, but we're gonna knock the last one out. So here's the two. One, Justin Stanley Kubrick and the moon landing. I'm gonna need your help on this one. That all right?
Ah, yes.
Okay, and we made up our own conspiracy on that, and we'll tell you in a minute what it is. Um. Okay, Justin, you wanna help me out here?
Sure. So the theory states that the moon landing never happened and that we never made it to the moon. So we instead hired Stanley Kubrick to direct a moon landing. Um, in case now there's another theory saying that this was just in case we couldn't make it to the moon, and that when we actually made it to the moon, they destroyed the film. But all the same, they're saying Stanley Kubrick actually directed a rendition of the moon landing. And for some reason, The Shining is a confession of it.
Because isn't like the hotel number the same number that was on the shuttle?
I guess. It's such a stupid theory. I'm sorry. I love all the jokes about it. I love how creative we can get about it, but it's just so.
And also, if anyone's ever seen the movie Chappaquiddick, oh, you know where this is going, Justin.
Ah, bye. Yeah.
And the hat's coming back for this.
Oh Lord.
For those of you who don't know what Chappaquiddick is, it was the terrible incident in Massachusetts in which Senator Ted Kennedy drove a car with Mary Jo Kopechne, who worked on his brother's presidential campaign. He got out, but unfortunately, Mary Jo did not. It happened on the same weekend as the moon landing.
Yep.
Go ahead, look it up. It happened on the same weekend as the moon landing.
I believe you.
So our theory is that Ted Kennedy and Stanley Kubrick worked together to stage the moon landing.
I forgot all about that theory.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, we don't think that really happened. We just
No, that's just a giant coincidence.
So if any of the Kennedy families is watching, please don't sue us.
Bill, what's that dot on your forehead?
Get down, go, go, go.
Uh-oh.
Kidding. Kidding. No one is dying here tonight.
But anyway, and listen, we are not making, and I just want to say for the record, one, we are not defaming the name of the late Senator Ted Kennedy, nor are we making light of Mary Jo Kopechne's death. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of, we said that, maybe Ted Kennedy and Stanley Kubrick teamed up together to stage the moon landing. Yeah, but that doesn't have much legs on it anyway, does it, Justin?
No.
Because if Ted Kennedy called Stanley Kubrick and said, "Hey, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Can you film the moon landing so we can so people will forget about this?"
I'm just kidding. Go on.
But again, it was Chappaquiddick happened on a Friday, and when the moon landing happened on what, a Sunday?
Yeah.
So how was he able to film that in 2 days?
True, true, true.
There, we debunked our own theory. But
You've
yeah,
been debunked.
but then again, we're not we are not saying that that really happened. We made it up a couple of years ago. It was a joke in our Chappaquiddick review. And we are not saying that happened. And we do not want to disgrace the memory of Senator Ted Kennedy or Mary Jo Kopechne. So Kennedy family, please don't sue me.
You've heard it here first. Don't sue us.
Yeah. Okay, but now the last one. We're doing another Disney one here, folks.
I think I know which one he's doing.
The year is 1994. The year that me and my distinguished friend have entered the world. And Disney releases some movie. I'm sure y'all never heard of it. It's called The Lion King. You folks have heard of it.
Oh, you mean that Kimba the White Lion ripoff?
Okay. Dustin stole my thunder.
Sorry.
But here's what happened. There was a Japanese anime show called Kimba the White Lion. And that was made back in the 60s. And when The Lion King was released, people were thinking that there were some similarities. But there were some eerie similarities between the Disney film and the 1960s anime. Such as one, the names! Simba and Kimba. Dude, Justin, does that sound familiar to you, Simba and Kimba? It can't be just a coincidence. Another conspiracy. Another similarity. Both their fathers died. But forgive me, I don't know much about Kimba the White Lion, but I think in the show, Kimba's father died before he was born. But wait, guess what? There's more. Simba's nemesis was a lion named Scar with a black mane who has 3 hyena henchmen. Kimba's was named Claw with 2 hyenas. Oh, folks, this is getting interesting.
Copyright lawsuits coming soon, guys. I'm just kidding.
Why do you say that?
And Japan doesn't fuck around with that.
No,
We're just
no.
talking about it.
It's just so similar.
Yeah, but it's mostly superficial.
I wasn't sure.
So is this the same? When the reporters asked the Lion King creative team about Kimba, their response was, "Never heard of it." Rob Minkoff, who was the co-director, said, "I'm honestly not familiar with the TV series." And Kimba was never discussed. Are they being honest? Or are they covering it up and playing dumb? Justin, what do you think?
Okay, I'll say this. Simba is kind of a similar name to Kimbo.
Yes.
The scar and claw thing, that's kind of suspect. But those are a few elements. Story structure, The Lion King takes mostly from Hamlet.
Okay.
Does Kimbo have the same sort of structure as Hamlet, or is it a different story?
I don't know. I never watched it.
Yeah. So
But
to me, The Lion King is Disney's Shakespeare in the Jungle.
here's the thing. Matthew Broderick, who was interviewed, who voiced Simba, grown up Simba,
Mm-hmm.
in an interview, he said when they included the name Simba, he said, and I quote, I thought they meant Kimba, who was the white lion on TV when I was a kid. So I kept telling everybody that I was going to play Kimba. Uh-oh.
I did read about that. Matthew
So,
Broderick did think that he was signing on for an adaptation of Kimbo. But Disney never told him that he was going to be playing Kimbo. It was always Simba.
and now before people go off on, oh, Kimba, Simba, names sound familiar, I'm going to destroy all that right now. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Simba is Swahili for lion.
Oh, snap.
All right, I'm going to bed. Good night. God bless.
Okay.
All right. Justin, do you think that destroys the conspiracy or no?
It pretty much puts it to bed.
But what do you guys think? Do you think this was a ripoff of Kimba? Or do you think it's just a quinky dink?
I think it's a coinky dink. That's
Justin,
me.
I still think that the villain being another lion with a hyena henchman is a little similar.
Okay.
But who knows? It could have been coincidence.
That's a fair question. Is this quinky dinks?
Big fat coinky dink.
Or is this all part of
The greater good? I'm just kidding.
or
The
who knows?
Great Mouse cover up.
Ooh.
Is the mouse behind this?
Might be. You never know.
What would you?
Jar Jar.
You're blaming Jar Jar.
Blame Jar Jar. I broke up with my girlfriend. Blame Jar Jar.
So you think Jar Jar and Disney are all behind this?
Yes. 100%.
Kathleen Kennedy doesn't control Star Wars. Jar Jar does.
Or no, what'd you just say?
I said Kathleen Kennedy doesn't control Star Wars. Jar Jar does.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Don't go that far, Justin. Don't go that far.
So was Jar Jar behind the Star Wars holiday special?
Oh, stop it right now. Let's not go there, guys. Let's not go there.
Okay, so the Lion King theory. What do you guys think?
Plausible, but I don't think it's accurate. That's me.
Yeah, it's a stretch, but it's not impossible.
Yeah. Debunked.
Debunked. All right. We got anything else, or
I think we're good, right, guys?
yeah, I think we're
Well,
good. Quoting our dear friend Vinny's favorite band, Imagine Dragons.
ah,
Is there nothing left to say now, Bill?
There's nothing left to say now.
Yes. Well, Vinny hates Imagine Dragons. We like them, but
That was the joke.
I know, I'm kidding. We want to thank you for watching, listening, however you enjoy tonight. Sound off in our comment section below. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, simply at Facebook and Instagram at the Super Review Show. I want to thank the two gentlemen, as always, for doing this podcast with me, Bill and Justin. You guys have been it's been almost 4 years of mixed bag. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it. Can you?
We're
oh, it's
closing
a
in on
pleasure.
4 years of doing this for you, the listener and the viewer. It's been a hell of a ride so far, and just give me a little tease for what's coming up in the fall. As most of you know, we're celebrating 200 episodes coming soon. We're not sure when, probably towards October, November. We're gonna have like to our 200th episode. Look for that coming. We got a big surprise for that coming up soon. So just keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. Bill, it's baseball season. There's a sports thing going on, whatever.
Sports Insanity Podcast. Check us out. We are on all platforms. And don't forget to check out an episode of my Yankee podcast, Bombers Banter, in which a special guest was friend of the show, John Haraska.
Yes, great friend and of mine and all of ours as well.
He was a special guest on our recent episode, so check that out. We talk about the Yankees in July and August. We recapped our Boston trip,
Yes, our wicked fun trip to Fenway Park. We all went to Boston.
which was a lot of fun. Go check that out.
Yes, please do.
So yeah, go check it out.
And we want to thank Justin for his knowledge and expertise, of course.
Of course.
Thank you. And Bill's incredible knowledge as always. So,
Thank you.
but thank you for watching this, listening, however you enjoy us. Thanks so much for tuning in. For all of us here at the Super Review Show, stay safe.
Take care.
And